Hi you guys, what is up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. You want to be in your video? Okay. Well, hey you guys, what is up? Welcome back. It has been a long minute since I've got on here and talked with y'all, but I officially had my scoliosis surgery, so I wanted to officially come on and first of all say thank you to everyone who's Do you mind? You're blocking the camera view. No one can see me because you're blocking the camera view. Let's try this again. But we're gonna maybe lay down. Can you lay down? Okay. Well, hey everyone. I hope you guys have all been having a blessed day. But I first want to jump on here and say thanks to everyone who's been keeping me in their prayers and their thoughts. It really has meant a lot to me. But I wanted to make some type of video on my spinal fusion because it was so traumatic, I want to say, but also I'm so grateful for that experience. So I wanted to do some type of story time, and I do a couple clips that I'm going to be inserted in the story time. So we're going to call this my spinal fusion story time / vlog, I would say.
102.
Shh. Anyways, moving on. I guess we'll just start on the day of my spinal fusion, which was February 5th. It was 4:30 in the morning because we had to leave to go to the hospital at 5 in the morning and be there literally at 6. So I get up really early in the morning. And I remember this day so well because I was so intimidated and I was so nervous about what was going to happen to me. I wasn't really thinking much of it. I'm just like, all I know is I'm being surgery today, and I'm really scared on how it's going to affect my life and everything. So I was just very, very nervous. However, I just kept praying to myself, saying it was going to be good, and just trust the process. So we left the house. We get over to the hospital, and all of the doctors came in and saw me, checked me in. One thing I do remember about that day was they made me do a urine sample, and that was not fun. I'm not going to go into depth, but that was not fun. Long story short, that just made a disaster of a mess, and yeah. Besides the point, after all the doctors and nurses came in, they wheeled me out, which was probably the most I've ever cried. And I actually want to kind of more explain why I was crying in that circumstance. It was mainly the unknown. I did not know what was about to happen to me. I didn't know if something was going to go wrong. You never know. So I was just very stressed out, and I did not know what to expect or anything. But let me just tell you, all of my nurses and doctors were literally so incredible, and I want people to know that because so many people just say, oh, some doctors, some nurses can be iffy. No. If you go to Riley Hospital, they're phenomenal, and I'm so blessed for it. But they ended up giving me a Valium to kind of keep me calm, and then I had 2. You guys just went all the love. Okay, can we lay down maybe? And then they said that we're gonna give you 2 post surgery medications, so that way you won't be in near as pain when you come out of surgery. And then the last thing I remember was a lady coming in here with a tablet. She gave it to me to occupy myself, and then I was out. I literally was out. So I had cried for probably 15 minutes. I was so stressed out. I was crying, and then once I get that Valium, I look at my parents. I'm crying, and that's how I know and I'm out that quick. So it was the quickest of my life. I don't remember not one thing. All I know is waking up and saying, what is going on? And I actually have about minute clip of me waking up, and you can hear me say what is going on. I'm in pain, all this stuff, and I'm literally sounding ridiculous. So here is the clip of that.
There you go. And then take a break so that your belly doesn't get too upset. I'll give you some more in just a little bit. Just don't want you to chug it.
What are you doing right now? I don't know what's going on. You okay, babe? Pain.
Yes. You're gonna have that.
Can you give me pain medication?
She did.
Babe, just gotta kick in. Just gotta kick in. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, as you can see, I was so out of it. I did not remember me saying it, but it is kind of funny. I literally sound like a clown, and I don't like sounding like clowns, so that's not fun. But yeah, after that, I remember. Well, next I remember was I remember getting moved into my recovery room. Now, I want to say when they put me in the first recovery room, like the one you get out of surgery with, I was only supposed to be in there for 1 hour before they take me to an actual like stay room, but they could not get my heart rate down, unfortunately, which was not that bad. However, it was because of all the medication and the pain I was in. So they literally had to have me stay in there for 2 hours. And then they finally moved me into my actual recovery room, which was pretty big. It had a big bathroom. It had my bed and a chair and a couch, which my dad called. And he did not like it because it rolled out to a bed. And what did he call that bed, Mom?
What bed?
The one in the hospital.
Hospital bed?
No, the one that Dad slept in.
Gurney?
No, the one that Dad slept in. He hated it.
Oh, futon.
No?
Futon.
Well,
Couch.
I know, but he called it some name.
Oh,
Dad, if you're watching this, we laugh at you every day about it.
landslide
Yeah.
or dump truck.
Dump truck, that's it. The way the bed was shaped, it looked like a dump truck. And we kept laughing hysterically. Even though I was on medicine, I was laughing at him. I want to say sleeping in the hospital was so bad, you guys. You have no idea how bad it was. Nurses kept waking me up. However, I did have a really good nurse. Shout out Bailey if you're what? Brayden. See where my brain goes right now? Brayden, if you're watching this, shout out to you because you were my favorite nurse out of all the nurses I had. She always made sure I was comfortable, what I needed, and everything, and that just made my hospital experience that much better. And yes, I remember having my dad kept saying, I'm sleeping in a dump truck, and we could not stop laughing. I also remember being awake enough to watch The Bachelor. So that was really fun. I mean, I was kind of in and out of it, but I do remember a little bit of it. Yeah, do you remember the dump truck?
Oh, do I ever?
He hated that thing. But the next day was my first full day in the hospital, and they had switched nurses, but I had the same nurse clean back at nighttime, which was Brayden, which, oh my gosh, she's so good. But my new nurse came in, and then about an hour and a half later, I started physical therapy. By the way, I was really terrified of the hospital food because I've heard that so many people, when they get out of these spinal infusions, don't eat. You just don't. I was starving, and I literally felt like a monster. I don't know why, but I did. So, why is this video have to be so complex with my dad talking in the background? What's supposed to be this whole shenanigan of a spinal infusion story and vlog turned into this whole madness. Like, what is going on? But, so I remember in the physical therapy, she had me roll over to my side and get up. And I, at this point, did not want to do that, but I had to. I do have a clip of it, but I'm going to block out some parts in it because there's some things I don't want you guys to see in it, but I'll show you guys me rolling over and sitting up for the first time. Here's that video.
Yep. Good. Go, 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 go.
Go,
Good.
Go, go, go.
Good. You got it. Yeah.
Go, girl.
Yeah. You got it. Push through those legs. Good job.
I have a little bit more room to breathe because both dogs are asleep now over there. But as you can see, I was not in the mood to want to do physical therapy, but they forced me to do it, and you guys saw in that footage that. But as soon as I sat up, I immediately felt that my back was so thick and heavy, and I'm like, I don't want to stand up, bitches. We're going to stand up. So I'm literally trying to wiggle myself. I have a clip of it, but I'm not going to show it because my dad, let's just say, got the wrong part of me and didn't go so well. So I'm going to demonstrate this right now how I did it. she made me sit on the edge of the bed like this. And then she grabs my arms and she's like very carefully standing me up. And when I tell you guys, it was the worst pain I've ever felt. I truly mean it. I don't think I've ever had that much pain in my entire life, but when I started walking around was really when I felt good. So I just like walked to the window and back, and then she had me set up in this kind of like lounge chair, and I sat there for about 5 hours. I did have like a coloring book in the hospital, so I was like coloring, doing all that, playing on my iPad, but I was going in and out of consciousness because of like sleeping and stuff. So yeah, the next I remember was my physical therapist coming back in the room to get me back into bed, and it was literally the exact same way I got into bed, just differently. So the next day, actually, I'm gonna go back to that night actually, because I had dinner, and by the way, I was so excited to see my nurse Brayden that they kind of pranked me, and my old nurse like, who's gonna be your nurse in the nighttime? I was like, Brayden! She's like, oh, I don't think she's here right now, even though it was 7, they switched time. And she goes, let me go see. And then she comes right in. It was such a cute surprise, but oh my gosh, those such good memories. But the nights were just really rough because I really could not sleep in the hospital. But on the third night of the hospital, well, third day in the hospital, I had a new physical therapist come in. She had walked me up and down the stairs, walked me around, weighed me, and also checked my height, which I did grow 1.5 inches, which is really good. And yeah, so I'm now 48 inches tall, which is incredible. And I'm about 80 pounds, which is also incredible. So that was the same day that I got to go home. They gave my mom and my dad tons and tons of medication and stuff. And yeah. Oh, I think, never mind. Scratch what I just said. But I remember them giving my parents this huge bag of medication, and the next thing I know, my parents gave me in the wheelchair, and they're wheeling me out of the hospital, and I'm leaving. The first car ride home was literally so bad. I can't even tell you guys how bad it was. I mean, the bumpiness of it and everything about it was just awful in general, and I could not believe it. But then once getting home laying in my bed, which we did rent a bed from Aaron's rental, that thing worked so well. We had it for a month, and about a half a month, well, it was 1 month and a little bit over another month, and that worked phenomenal. So I was so thankful for that bed. We have a lot of pictures of me in that bed when I first came home, and just, it's a lot of experience. But it took me a lot of weeks to recover, and I'm on now week 5. This Monday will be 5 weeks post-op that I've been, and I am feeling, honestly, really good. I'm so thankful to God that I have a straight spine now, and thankful to my doctor on call, and I'm just so thankful that we got this in time. And yeah, there's a lot that goes into spinal fusion, and it's not this tiny little thing. It took 7 hours to do, and it was just very, very impactful. And yeah, so I don't really know how long this video is going to be. I just wanted to kind of get a little story time on it and incorporate these videos. But I will be back with some new things soon. I do plan on doing another like update on me later on this year on how I'm filming and everything. But yeah, that's it. I feel really good now. I'm probably, I'm not 100% yet, obviously. I'm probably about 60%, I would say. So yeah, but I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, smash the thumbs up button. Also, I want to try to do a scoliosis spine Q&A, because some of you guys always have questions for me, I feel like, about like how spinal fusion was, or how do I feel, or all that stuff. So I want to do some type of spine scoliosis Q&A. So if you guys have any questions for me, leave them in the comments, and I will try to do that as soon as I can. I also might make like an Instagram story questionnaire, so look out for that. But I love you all so much. Thanks so much for joining me on this whole journey of my scoliosis. If you want to go back from day one, I have a whole list of it. Just click on like my list, and it will pull up my scoliosis journey. I cannot believe I finally got to the point where my surgery was, and it's not been 5 weeks ago. That's just literally crazy. But I love y'all. Thank you so much for joining me. And I'm so thankful that we're here today and that I'm doing well. Also, I did want to let you guys know, because I know it looks like my shoulders are not completely straight now. I'm on my knees, and they are pretty straight. He did say this one's going to be a little bit higher than this one. It's just normal for that. But, yeah. I love y'all. Thanks so much for joining me again, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys!